What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how we made these beautiful, delicious, grilled, medium rare, scratch made, amazing Italian beef tacos featuring Jonathan Zaragoza.
Hi.
And Evan.
Howdy.
Coming up. This is some meat. Pat it dry. And what I got here is a couple of skirt steaks. Picked these up at my local H-E-B. And I gotta say, they are looking fantastic. A lot of great marbling in there, so H-E-B for the win. And these should work out perfectly for what we're making today. And that's because today we're gonna be knocking out some Italian beef tacos. And that is for three main reasons. Number one, my new buddy Jonathan Zaragoza is gonna be joining us here in a little bit. He's in town to do a collab for Heat Week at LeRoy and Lewis, and he's staying upstairs. And if you're unfamiliar with Jonathan, he's a Chicago-based chef who's had a pretty great career working at some really good restaurants. His family owns a birria restaurant up in Chicago. He's an all-around great cook, and he's got a YouTube channel. Highly recommend checking it out. Goat Boy International. And his main focus is Mexican cuisine. Everything from salsas to tacos to tortas. And anytime I'm doing a video here, or I'm trying to do anything with Mexican influence, I always check out his channel first. Reason number two I want to make these tacos is because we recently acquired a gigantic jug of JP Graziano hot giardiniera, which is my favorite giardiniera of all time. And reason three is it just sounds pretty tasty. But when thinking about an Italian beef taco, we've got several options because a traditional Italian beef is essentially a roast beef sandwich with giardiniera served with a jus for dipping. And I don't know if it's just me, but a roast beef taco just doesn't sound very appealing. Something about the textures, but let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Option number two would be to go the barbecue route, get a chuck roast or a brisket or something, cook it till tender, maybe braise it in some giardiniera juice or something like that, and go for more of a pulled beef situation. Or option number three, which is what we're gonna do today, is kind of lean into fajitas meets Italian beef with some marinated skirt steak. But taking a look at these, they're looking really nice, not too much extra fat. If it gets really tall, I might zip it down a little bit because we got a lot of intramuscular fat, so we don't really need the big globs on top, but you know, more fat, more flavor, so I'm not gonna be too particular about it. There's also sometimes a membrane on these that we can try to take off, but again, we're gonna be grilling these hot and fast, so not too concerned about it. And these are looking pretty long, so I think I'm gonna zip them in half just to make the grilling process a little bit easier. And there we go. And the first thing I'm gonna do is hit these with some kosher salt. Just gonna season them up like any other steak. Maybe go a little heavier than you think because we're gonna be adding some other ingredients. Flip them over and do the other side as well. Don't forget the sides. And then for other flavors, I'm gonna make an Italian beef themed rub featuring some black pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion, some oregano, some dry basil, some coriander, thyme, red chili flakes, and some fennel. And just get that all mixed up. Smells really good already. And then we'll go on with a healthy dusting of this as well. And that salt has already started to pull out some moisture, so this should have no problem sticking. And you can go on as heavy as you like with this stuff because there's no salt in it. And the other sides as well. And then into a vac bag we go. And typically at this point, I'd make a marinade using some oil, some garlic, spices, probably some lime juice in there as well. But today, I think I'm just gonna go in with some hot giardiniera oil right from the top of this jug. It's got all the flavors we're going for anyway, and it's really convenient. Just a little spoonful going in. Because we're vac sealing this, we really don't need all that much. And then I'm gonna squeeze in some lime juice as well, just to add a little bit more acid. And there we go. And because I got these in a vac seal bag, they're probably gonna infuse with flavor a little bit quicker, so I'm only gonna let these go for a couple of hours, but if you're doing this in a bowl or a Ziploc bag or something, I'd say anywhere from 4 to 12 hours is probably gonna be your best window, or overnight. But for now, into the fridge, please go. This video is brought to you by AG1. AG1 Next Gen is a daily health drink clinically shown to support gut health and fill in common nutrient gaps. With 75 plus ingredients, including 5 probiotic strains, AG1 replaces the need for a multivitamin or a probiotic or anything like that. Simply add 1 scoop or 1 travel pack and get your day started right. And not only does it taste really good, but it also helps with immune support with antioxidants and probiotics, supports your gut health, meaning less bloating, and helps keep you regular. It also helps energy levels to avoid that afternoon crash, and with vitamins and minerals, it helps fill in nutrient gaps that you may have. And AG1 plus a proper diet meets 94% of your nutrient requirements. And I've been drinking AG1 for years at this point, long before they ever became a sponsor on this channel, and it's simply just become a part of my morning routine. You know, wake up, have an AG1, drink a coffee, and then start the day. Because when you eat barbecue all the time, I'm often concerned about if I'm getting all the nutrients I need, and also keeping an eye on gut health has never been easier or tastier. And with summer coming to an end and school about to start back up, life's about to get a little bit more hectic, so start your day off right with some AG1 with 1 scoop, or pick up some travel packs if you're on the road. So if you want to try AG1 for yourself, click my link in the description box of this video or scan the QR code on screen now to get a free AG1 flavor sampler, plus a free bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 in your welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription order. Again, click my link down below or scan the QR code on screen now to check out AG1 and get some free goodies. And thank you AG1 for sponsoring this video. Next up, let's knock out some flour tortillas. Start, I'm going into the food processor with some bread flour, some baking powder, and some kosher salt. And get that all mixed up. And then in with some Wagyu beef tallow. Ideally, Wagyu tallow from South Chicago Packing. Love this stuff. I failed at beef tallow tortillas until I used this stuff, so highly recommend it. And it's from Chicago, so it just makes sense. Also now, chudsbbq.com. And in we go. And get that cut in. And then while it runs, I'm gonna stream in some warm water. And once the dough ball has come together, we're gonna let that knead for a minute or two. Boop. Give that a couple more kneads on the table. And just like that, we've got ourselves a nice, smooth, supple dough ball, which I'm now gonna portion out into some 50-gram dough balls. And then we're gonna grab a dough ball and tuck all the seams to the underside, pinching everything shut, and then give it the old table roll for a nice taut ball for a perfect little tortilla ball. Now we repeat. And just like that, all balled up, so now I'm gonna pop them in this little tortilla holder with the lid on and let these dough balls rest and relax for the next hour or hour and a half, or until we're ready to get them cooked off. And now that our dough balls have rested down for a good bit, I got the Chud press here fired up, rocking around 350 degrees. So we're gonna take a little dough ball, go right in the middle, and press it out. Taco squeal. Flip it over and cook that side as well. Starting to get some good puffage. Can we go full puff? Maybe.
It's going full puff, dude.
Maybe. That's like exactly half puff. I'm okay with it though. Boys, can I get some judgment? Is that full puff?
That's full puff.
That's puff.
I'm an optimist.
That's puff.
That's awesome. And then off it comes. Into the tortilla warmer we go to let that steam out and cool down a little bit. And then we repeat.
That one looks great. Look at that color.
Ow! Apparently steam is hot.
Steam burn.
Who knew? I don't know what's happening, but I've never had this much success with full puff.
I think that's just the energy in the room.
I blame you. Thank you so much.
Dude, if you see the Virgin Mary on it, then you really got problems.
And just like that, a big beautiful stack of some freshly made beef fat flour tortillas. Boys, you want to eat some tacos tonight?
Do
Yeah.
Jonathan Zaragoza, Evan LeRoy. Jonathan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I'm Jonathan Zaragoza. I'm a chef from Chicago. Grew up cooking birria. I do some content now. Check me out.
Like and subscribe. What should we do first? Should we grill off those steaks or should we knock out a quick salsa?
The coals are ready, so I feel like we should grill the steaks and then let them rest for a minute, and then while that's happening, we can make the salsa.
To the grill.
Chud box fired up in grill formation. Now we're just doing some simple grilling.
Ooh,
baby.
You know, this is kind of nice because a lot of times when you're grilling really thin meat like this, it cooks so quick that you can't really get good color. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it's covered in oil
Yeah.
is gonna help.
Yeah, that'll be good. Flare-ups? I don't care. It smells Italian. That look good.
That's crazy.
Would eat.
Will eat.
Not bad. Could be better. I'm gonna wait a minute on these guys.
Well, that's a thick boy, so you can probably get away with another flip
Yeah.
on there.
What are you rolling at there?
I mean, I think I'm trying to go like 145. Still need time. That's the thinnest boy. This is it. This is what it's all about right here. This is what it's all about right here. Give him a couple of these. Yeah.
Them bad boys are working. We're working overtime right now.
Good looking char.
The crust looks good, you know. I mean, it's not my first day.
You should open a restaurant. Now again, we could be lazy and just throw some jardinera on top of this beef right on a flour tortilla and it would count. But what are you thinking we're gonna do?
We're gonna bun this up. We're gonna give this a little slice in the char. Mm-hmm. We're gonna fold it all together and make like a super salsa condiment.
Love it.
Come with us, join us.
Please.
Come with us.
Come with me.
And you'll see
How to make a jardinera salsa.
a little little trimsy. All right, so we're gonna drain this. And now I'm gonna make this salsa backwards. Comment down below if you know where the button's at.
Comment down below if you're putting the lid on incorrectly.
Oh my God, I am.
Flip that around 180 degrees.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've never used this Breville. I got it. It's like a puzzle, dude.
I know.
All right, let's go. All right, I think we're there. I like the look of that.
That looks great. Nice little relish vibe.
It's like, yeah, exactly. We're living nice with a little lime juice. It's the best jardinera I've ever had.
100%.
Serrano chilies. He uses Serrano chilies. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? A little caramelization. Cool. Done. We go this. And then cilantro.
Right. All aboard the cilantro train.
All right, we're ready.
Salsa / jarred situation looks and smells incredible. So the last thing we gotta do is talk about our jus for dipping, because no Italian beef is complete without one. And for that, I'm busting out some super beef. And if you saw my barbacoa video from a few months back, you'll probably remember this. But in that video, I took some beef cheeks, grilled them off on the grill for about 5 minutes, chucked it into a pressure cooker with some homemade smoky gelatinous beef stock, and let it rip on high for an hour. The beef was super tender, and what we're left with is this incredibly fortified beef stock, pretty much demi-glace, and it tastes like liquid steak. Very fun ingredient. So if you have a pressure cooker, make some barbacoa and be sure to save your super beef. So all we really got to do is heat this up into a little pot, and then I'm going to add some of the rub we made for the steaks earlier. Get this nice and hot, and it's time to build some tacos.
Oh God, they smell great. I'm gonna go right across the grain here, baby.
How's it feeling?
Feels good. I can hear the crust, which I love.
Are you a fan of texture and say a bark that was crunchy?
Nah. Yes, yes, of course. That's what it's all about. Look at that. That looks nice and juicy.
That looks perfect.
And you know what? It is. The Italian seasoning on there is so good. The jarred oil, not too spicy. Very, very good. These are gonna be great tacos.
Beautiful. It smells incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look at that. Dude, the crust is awesome. For steak?
Nice little bias cut there. Yep, that looks really good. Couple strips of
Wow. Do like one of those too, little crusties.
steak. Little burn end.
This looks nice, nice.
Ooh, the texture on that is so good. Pretty simple taco too.
What more do you need?
You boys ready to eat some Italian beef tacos?
So ready.
I'm down.
They look good.
I think the first thing I'm gonna do is take a little sip of this.
Yeah, try the super beef by itself. Oh, that'll cure a cold.
That's nice.
Nice.
That's really nice.
It smells so good.
Beautiful little taco.
Ma'am.
Whoa.
Come on, man.
That's exactly what we want. Tastes like Italian beef, tastes like a taco.
Is this allowed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's required.
What we call a beef wet.
Drip.
Buddy.
Oh yeah.
It's got some kick to it, got some good acidity from the jarred. It's super beefy. That crust is noticeable, even in taco form.
It's great.
But the super beef like brings it to like
Right.
a nicer level.
Have you ever had a taco that comes with like a dipping sauce before?
No, this is my first time. Have you invented something new?
I think so. Maybe if we made it out of like goat or something though.
Dang, that'd be crazy.
So good.
Dip,
Yeah.
dip, dip. Oh yeah. The dip helps.
That's crazy, dude.
Freshly made flour tortillas, freshly grilled off steak.
My
Simple.
God.
Every single one pop.
So good.
Roll that beautiful footage. It's delicious, bud.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I did the accidental, very Texan thing, which is without trying, I had a taco for every meal today.
Did you really?
Wow.
I did.
Oh, we did.
I had the Heat Week taco from Joel Garcia, the Trumpito. Then we went to Somos.
We had the habibi and the
Yeah.
beef cheek.
And then now this.
Crazy.
I
Man.
love this taco.
This is really good, man. And the tortilla holds up. Look at that. It's not tearing at all.
Yeah, it was a successful batch of flour tortillas, which is always good.
The meat's so tender. You get that perfect bite through, doesn't pull out. Oh!
We were worried about the cut on it, but it's like so tender.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier, that are we going to slice it or dice it? Because I hate when you have a taco and the whole strip flops out and
right.
structural integrity is off, but it turns out you just got to cook it properly.
So good.
No problem here. Wow, that was good. Now with all the like the juices and cilantro in here too, another little sip. even better. It almost tastes like a hot pot broth.
Yeah.
Like it's so beefy.
If you added like star anise to that and some cinnamon, that's almost like pho.
100%. Great taco, boys. Thank you for the help. Fantastic meal.
So good.
Great work, team.
And I think we made enough that we can eat like 15 of these each. So
Perfect.
coming up.
Continuing the trend.
Now, Jonathan, you've been making tortillas your whole life.
Yeah, a good portion of it.
How do these flour tortillas compare?
You can already tell. Like if you ended on furls like that, this little test, the scrunch test, that's like 5 Mississippis.
Yeah.
So good.
Beef tallow tortillas. Can't go wrong.
Perfect texture,
Nose
perfect
test,
taste.
yeah, it's perfect. And on top of it, we were dipping it in a broth and leaving it for a second, and it's
Held up.
Held up.
Right.
Good stuff. Perfect. Sunflower tortillas get like really brittle, almost like biscuity,
Right.
where it kind of like flakes.
The hydration's not high enough.
It's not high enough. They didn't like get the fat worked in enough.
So good.
Solid, buddy.
And with this very last bite of skirt steak, I think it's time for the official taste test. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic Italian beef tacos. I highly recommend giving this one a try. You know, if you go to the grocery store, pick up some giardiniera, some flour tortillas, and a skirt steak, and maybe some bouillon cubes or something like that to make the jus, you can have this knocked out real quick for a great weeknight meal. But if you've never made your own flour tortillas before, I highly recommend it. It's super easy, just a few ingredients. And if you don't have a chud press, you can always just roll it out with a rolling pin, but they're incredibly tasty, especially when you get full puff. Also, big shout out to Jonathan Zaragoza. That was my first time hanging out with him, and we had a blast. So be sure to go check out his channel, because I'm definitely going to be making these tacos again very soon. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Team Chud members. Thank you for supporting this channel and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.